February is Black History Month, and this morning we're taking time to highlight the history of Black families right here in the Valley.
Channel 5's Talia Do Bravo is live in the studio this morning. She talked to one man who went to the first and only school in the Valley for Black children. Talia, good morning.
Good morning. African Americans make up approximately 1% of the Valley's population. At least one member of the Black community is Lonnie Davis. He was born in 1943 in San Benito. Lonnie was among the first children to attend integrated schools in the Valley. Fast forward to today, Lonnie shared with us the milestones he's seen over the years growing up in the Valley as a Black man.
My name used to be in the sidewalk there. I grew up right there in that house.
Lonnie Davis was born in San Benito and raised in Harlingen. His family was one of a small group of Black families that made up the El Jardín neighborhood.
This was the Grants, the Barnes, the Threadgills. Over here was, it's just, just one after another. We all grew up together in the same little neighborhood.
A tight-knit community whose children grew up together and eventually went to school together.
The school was from 1 through 8th grade. And now the old school, we had discipline. Miss Jackson believed in corporal punishment. She would hit you.
With the ruler.
One classroom, one teacher, all grade levels. A wooden building near the railroad tracks. That wooden building was put up in 1921. It was the first school that taught only Black children in San Benito and Harlingen. The school closed and reopened in different places. In 1933, one of the biggest hurricanes to hit the Valley destroyed the school. The property was owned by Joe Calandret, a Louisiana-born French and English-speaking Black man. When he died, he left the property to his wife and 6 children. In 1948, the Calandret family donated part of the estate to San Benito CISD. In 1952, the district built a 2-room school for Black students on the land. And in 1960, the school became integrated.
I was one of the first guys to integrate the schools in Harlingen, Texas. Like you see in the pictures of the people in Arkansas integrating the schools. That same thing happened in Harlingen, Texas.
The school was converted to a museum dedicated to the contributions of African Americans in South Texas. Davis feels the Calandret Black History Museum is proof of how a community can preserve and honor its past. He says the Valley has a rich Black history that can be traced back to slavery.
Mixed marriages was the reason why Black folks were in the Valley. You fell in love with your pretty slave girl, you couldn't stay there with her. So they figured out ways to move you to some other place. And so a bunch of them moved here.
Davis is 80 now, but remembers a time when he couldn't walk into an ice cream store. People who were Black were told to order from the window instead. He said he refused. He wouldn't have had it any other way.
Oh, I had a ball. I wouldn't want it any other way. I had a ball. I was in America when there was a revolution, and I lived it. I've only wanted to be one thing, Lonnie Davis, a Black American. I spent time in the United States Army. I did everything there is to be a first-class citizen.
As someone who has seen and lived through so much, we had one more question for Lonnie.
What do you think it means to be Black in the Rio Grande Valley, to have that culture just being here?
I should be asking you that question, but I'm going to answer it for you. It makes my heart feel good to see you on TV and see you interviewing people, because we all look, hey, we have a Black girl on here, wherever. And so that's what it has done, to let people know that we are intelligent, we are same as they are, no different. But I still it makes me feel so proud of you. That's what it's all about.
Lonnie has dedicated his life to giving back to the community. In 2002, he advocated for the historic marker at the former Booker T. Washington School. He says his efforts got it replaced after it was removed. And 4 years ago, he donated books to Harlingen CISD. All of them were written about historical and inspirational African Americans. Talia Do Bravo, Channel 5 News this morning.